Face masks continue to be essential during this pandemic, as we all know, but as time goes on, reusable cloth masks that many use eventually lose their value. The more they're washed, the less material there is to block infectious droplets. Joining us over the phone with how you can prevent these issues is the CEO of iPromo, Leo Friedman. Leo, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Let me ask you this. I have several of these face masks. I keep many of them in my car and I wash them frequently to prevent this from happening. But what are signs that we can look for to know that our masks need to be replaced?
So, two really easy things you can do. First one is hold it up to the light and see if there's any visible fading or see-through spots. And then if you see any of that, do a really easy test. Take a little bit of water, pour it into the mask, and if the water slips through, the mask is no good to go. Because at the end of the day, if the water can get through, so can the COVID virus.
Oh, that's a really great task. I like that. How often should we wash these masks or rotate them out between other masks?
So the CDC recommends daily, and you should have really no fear of throwing into your washing machine. So every day, you wear it for a day, you wash it. Wear your next one. And then you can air dry your mask to make it last longer. If you machine tumble it, they usually wear out a lot faster.
I have a few masks that have filters inside, and I always remove the filter before I wash the mask itself. How often should I be changing the filters inside the masks?
The filters are meant to be used for a full day maximum.
Oh.
So kind of the same rule of thumb applies. If you wore the mask for the day and the filter was in there, definitely swap it out.
Gotcha. Any advice on how to store these masks? Like I mentioned earlier, I keep a bunch in my car. You driving around, you see many people hanging them from their rear view mirror. How should we store them?
You know, CDC and in our tests, we found that if you store them flat, it's the best way to do it. Just put them down. We strongly recommend against putting them in your pockets, your purse, your bag. It mumbles them. And then the worst thing that can happen, they no longer fit correctly. A really quick test to see if the mask needs to be replaced is that if it slides more than an inch off your nose, it's time to swap it out.
Any additional tips other than the ones you just mentioned to lengthen the life of our masks?
You know, just wash them in a gentle cycle if you're machine washing, or better yet, hand wash them. And then use mild or fragrance-free soaps. That's really the easiest way to make them last longer. And test your mask. Pour some water in. If it slips through, coronavirus will get through as well.
Love that tip. Leo, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Take care. Stay safe.